Now I'm going to show you how to complete a term application called a drop ticket in under 5 minutes. So first you're going to log into bgainsurance.com and you're going to hover over this brokers and agents tab. Okay. You're going to click the first one, drop ticket. From here, it gives you the ability to choose from a variety of different carriers who offer this type of application. It's a simplified e-app. And we're going to go with Principal. Most of the time, we're going to use Principal for this sort of application. Not always, but they have a very good system. So we'll go ahead and get started. From this new landing page, it's going to come up. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're appointed with Principal yet. If you are not, it's okay. You can complete this application and it's going to tag it in Principal system to BGA Insurance. So you don't have to worry about it getting lost. So don't worry about that piece. From here, we're going to go ahead and get into the very basic information needed to complete this application. And we'll go ahead and just do a dummy case to get started. And you only need to worry about completing the fields that have this red asterisk by them. Okay. Choose a male or female, an address. Oh, heck, we could use our address. Why not? Email address. We'll use my email address. Okay. Now these questions here, would you like to have the Part B completed as a combo for both life and disability insurance? This is a pretty important question because if you check yes, they will ask the additional questions needed to be able to underwrite for disability insurance at the same time. So once the policy has been underwritten, they'll say, hey, you've been approved for life insurance at preferred rates, and if also for disability, if you would like to take one of those policies as well. So it gives you, the agent, the ability to sell more than one line of insurance once this case has been underwritten. So you can check yes. Is the owner the proposed insured? Yes or no? Typically, the owner is going to be the insured, but not always. Does the proposed insured have existing insurance? Yes or no? If we choose yes, you'll see it brings up a series of additional questions with respect to whether or not the policy is going to be replaced. If you are going to be replacing an existing contract, you'll choose yes and enter the policy information. If you're not going to replace and you're just adding coverage, you would choose no. Okay. Now, a lot of times on a term insurance policy, people are going to be buying insurance for the first time. It's their only policy, so that's okay. You would just check no, and you don't have to put in those additional pieces of information. Next brings you to the page where we're going to talk about what coverage. This is a California case. We're going to choose a 20-year term for $1 million. Okay. The premium, if we know the premium, we will put it. If we don't, we will guess. Let's just say it's $5,000 premium. It doesn't really matter. Billing frequency, whatever you choose, annual, underwriting class. I will tell you that although it gives you the ability to choose all the way down to standard, I wouldn't choose standard right off the bat. Okay. I would choose something like preferred. Even if you know the client's going to get standard, it gives maybe a better light on the client, thinking that they're healthy enough to be approved for preferred, when in reality we know they're not. We're just trying to get lucky here. Rating. This is only for you're only going to complete this if you know the client has some medical issues where they wouldn't be approved for at least standard. Generally speaking, we're going to leave that alone. Okay. Tobacco use, yes or no? Non-tobacco. If they do use tobacco, go ahead and click it. These riders, typically we're not going to add many of these riders on term policies, so you could probably not worry about this unless there's something specific you want. Very important, are you requesting the accelerated underwriting program? Yes, if your client falls it within the guidelines. So with Principal, they'll do $1 million and under up to age 60. So if you have a 45-year-old looking for $800,000 of term insurance, you are going to want to check yes, because this gives the client the ability to possibly not have to take an exam. So what will happen is the insurance company will take a look at the client's answers to their medical question. They'll run an MVR, which is a motor vehicle report. They'll run a prescription check in their prescription database. And if all of the data that they source looks to show that the client is in pretty good health, they will say the client is approved at whatever underwriting class. We do not need an exam, and you're off to the races. So always check yes. Would you like principal to order the exam requirements for you? If in the event the client does not qualify for the accelerated underwriting program, then there will need to be an exam ordered and probably medical records. So you can check yes to the exam, and for the vendor, we'll leave it at APPS. They're our preferred vendor. Are you requesting an alternate or additional policy? You're typically not going to need that, so it's generally going to be no. All right, we'll fill out the beneficiary information. And it could be any of these choices. We'll say it is, it doesn't even matter. Father, why not? 100%. If you're going to have multiple beneficiaries, you click this button and you would add the additional beneficiary. Would you like to add a contingent beneficiary? So if in the event the insured and their beneficiary pass away at the same time, who then would the would the death benefit go to? So it's always good to have a contingent beneficiary. Where's my daughter? Sure, we'll say we'll use her for this. 100%. And we click next. Okay, so from here, we're just going to show who is going to be receiving information on the case and who is the general agency associated, which would be BGA Insurance. So contact person, you can make this the agent if that's who you want to be receiving information, or it could be the assistant, whoever. And just put a dummy phone number. We can put my email address. All right, now for the primary advisor, you're going to need to enter your social security number so they know to code the case correctly. Oh, I guess verifying is not going to work because I'm not in there. Okay. If you would like to split this case with another advisor, maybe you and your partner split all your business, here's where you would choose yes and add that information. If no, press next. All right, and you're done. So that's it. I talked a little bit through it, but this shouldn't take you more than 3 to 5 minutes. And once you click I agree, submit, you're done. What will happen is the insurance company will reach out to your client via email and give them the ability to answer the medical questions at their leisure online, which is nice. If they choose not to do that, you have the ability for the client to call in and do a phone interview. But most often clients want to answer those questions at home, where they can look through whatever information they have to get, whether it's medication information or doctor's information or whatever it may be. So that's it. That's how you submit a drop ticket in 3 to 5 minutes.